Hey teacher, okay, so here are the two linguistic components that I choose and the activities that I think would serve them the best. Okay, so the first activity is called the odd one out. Now, the odd one out is an activity that I have used a lot in my classes, mostly to teach about the regular past verbs. You know, the ones that end with ed, as worked, played, and carried, for example. In this activity, you divide the group into two teams. Let's say each team with 6 participants. One of those participants is going to get up and pick up a flashcard, and those flashcards, each flashcard has 3 verbs in past. Let's say worked, played, and carried. The student must say those verbs out loud, and the team has to figure out which is the one that doesn't fit in the category. I mean, which one is the one that has a different pronunciation, different sound. With this activity, my purpose is to work on phonetics. The idea is that students are able to recognize which sounds in English are voiced and which ones are voiceless. To avoid students in a future go to the United States and saying, I worked in Colombia. So they will be able to recognize the voiced and the voiceless sounds. Also, they will be practice the place and manner of articulation of those ending sounds, as for example the stop sounds of t and d. Okay, the next activity that I have is called word building. Now, my purpose with this activity is to work mostly on morphology. Let me explain to you how this works. So again, we're going to divide the group into teams. Let's say 3 or 4 students per group. And each group is going to be given some flashcards that we're going to pretend are the bricks that we're going to work with. There are 3 types of bricks. The first one are going to be root words. For example, need, prepare, or normal. And the other 2 types of bricks are going to be prefixes and suffixes. Now, the idea is that students can build a wall that is as high as possible. How are they going to do this? Putting together the root words and the prefixes and suffixes to create new words. For example, a group of students will have the root word normal, and they would put the prefix up to create the word abnormal. That is the first layer. The next layer would be students using the word need and the suffix less to create the word needless. And the next layer might be the adjective tall and the suffix er, taller. And at the end, the team that has the highest wall is going to be the winner. My purpose with this activity is for students to create new words from those root words. In that way, they will be practicing what we have seen in class as bound morphemes, working on derivation and inflection of those words. To finish, something that I like very much is that you can put these 2 activities together and make it just a new one. For example, you can play first the odd one out with the students pronouncing the words in past, for example. You don't say worked, you say worked, and then have them create the wall with those words. So we will only have root words and suffixes. The root words would be the normal verb work, and the suffix would be the ed. So they will build the wall, let's say work with ed, they put it together, and then they would say, you don't say worked, you say worked. And that way we will be practicing morphology and phonetics in one single activity. Okay, teacher, that's all. I hope that you enjoyed the explanation. I hope that you like the activities that I choose, and that's it. Thank you for everything, and this was my final assignment.